Welcome to another awesome episode. Welcome to Big Talk with DSA. It's good to have you guys here. Thank you for coming. Please have your seat. Put your hands together. Thank you. We're going to have a great time today. I have 4 guests in the studio. Well, 2 in the studio. And then we have 2 joining us virtually. And of course, I have Honorable Seyi Adisa, a member of Oyo State House of Assembly. Come on, let's give it up for him. Welcome. And we have a TV host, producer, media personality, content creator. We can go on and on. Our own Moraya Afolabi Brown. Yes. And joining us virtually, we have Mr. Ibrahim Abdul Karim, who is the convener of We Together movement. Put your hands together for him. You're welcome. And we also have, of course, actor, skit maker, comedian, and of course, we know him as Debo, but everybody call him Mr. Macaroni. Pretty daddy. Okay? Welcome. So today we want to talk about the topic, not too young to run. And we're going to start our conversation after this break. We'll be right back. Welcome back to Big Talk with Dr. Stephen Akintayo. And like we said earlier, we're discussing not too young to run. And I'm going to start with Honorable Seyi. The not too young to run bill has been passed. So it's been done. What next?
All right. Thank you very much. I believe very strongly that, yes, the bill has been passed, but there's a lot of education that needs to go along with it.
Okay.
Politicians raised this bill. Politicians passed this bill. But how does it communicate with members, citizens of Nigeria?
Yes.
And I think that's the job at hand now. There needs to be a lot of political education, sensitization, so that young people can understand that, look, the age limits have been dropped.
Yeah.
You can now run for House of Assembly, House of Rep at 25. Okay. You can become president at 35. And these were not the ages before now.
Yeah.
So the idea is young people need to know the platform exists now. How do I become more politically savvy so that I can play a part here?
Now, if I can become president at 35, why are we having not even 60, 70 something year old?
Well, the truth is, yes, now the bill has been passed. But I don't totally agree that we need to wait for the politicians or the leaders to educate us or sensitize us.
Yes.
We've desperately waited for this bill. Now it has been passed. The onus is now on young people to take charge of this bill and begin to take things seriously. For example, we should have, if young people are serious, we should have the mother of all concerts, where you bring in all the musicians, they come in, and outside the hall, you have INEC officials putting PVC applications for PVC.
I like that idea.
If you are serious, but we like to sit back. With the same leaders who passed it in the bill, we want them to now come and feed us again and say, hey, yeah, come, now start begging. No, don't cajole us. We've waited long enough for this bill. We should stand up and begin to take charge and start getting ourselves to get PVCs.
I love that. Mr. Ibrahim, you started this We Together movement. What's the goal and how has young people begin to accept that movement?
Yeah. Actually, what we intend to do with the bill is that after seeing all what they are trying to do, we realize that we just have to do it ourselves. That's why even when we give the slogan for our movement, we call it We Together, in order to bring young men together. It's not just about just bringing them together. We have to give them like a platform where they can come and showcase. So we create this movement to be non-partisan. and also everybody can come on board. But you just have to get that age that you are willing to learn, and you are willing to add value to the system. Initially, what we created is that we created a platform where we do 9 by 5 by 5 formula. We are trying to reach the ward level so that we can create a structure that every ward we have a will together movement members of 270 people. So with 270 people, we mobilize like 2.3 million people, so that we can be doing crowdfunding to mobilize like, let's say, 1,000 naira, which will give us like 2.3 billion naira. So what we intend to do is that to create a structure and to create the fund. Because anybody that wants to contest, if he's not having funding and he's not having structure, he end up going through these major parties, which the major parties will not respect their constitution, they will not respect what they want to do, and they end up denying the best that we have for them getting the ticket that they want them to get in that particular party. So, but if we line ourselves behind them, you understand. I have seen what the Macron did during the NSAS issue, but we together is similar to what they have done during the NSAS issue. But this time around, we want to give it a leadership. We want to give it a pointer where people can come, people can be screened, and also people will be guided on what exactly they're supposed to do. We do what they call leadership training within the system. We're even trying to see, even if you meet up the criteria that we together is going to put, if you want to become a president, if you want to become a governor, if you want to become any position in the Nigerian system. So we're not looking at people, we're not looking at parties. We're looking at individuals that are competent for us to move us from where we are to where we want to be. And one of the things that we said we together is that we are going to make it non-violence, that's number one, and also to make sure that at least we create a system where Nigeria works for everyone, not Nigeria that works for few. And also we are trying to use this system to see how we are going to solve the hate that is already engulfed in the system. Ethnic differences, religious differences, no matters in our movement. We just want to see people that love Nigeria and want Nigeria to be something better.
Mr.
Not where
Ibrahim,
we have seen
let me go
we are just recycling leaders.
Yeah, let me go to Macaroni. I saw your recent skit encouraging young people to go get their PVC. What Morayo has said, why can't your other colleagues come together and create the massive movement similar to NSAS to get young people to get their PVCs, to encourage young people to vote in the coming election? What do you think about that? I know you're already doing something, but how do we make this bigger?
So, firstly, I always say that we cannot hold people by our own individual standards. I strongly believe that everyone has their own path, and everyone has certain ways they will go about certain things. So that some of us are speaking up, or that some of us are encouraging people to get their PVCs and all. I would not hold people to that responsibility. I will not hold other content creators to that responsibility. I will not hold other entertainers to that responsibility. Some people have just decided to use art as a form of entertainment, and that's all. They are in the public light by virtue of the work that they do, by virtue of the fact that maybe they are musicians or they are actors. They do not want to be attached to other responsibilities such as politics and all of that. We cannot hold people to that responsibility. For me, it's always been who I am. This has always been me, you understand? So, and that's the reason why my voice, my craft, my art, everything, every fiber of my being is dedicated to speaking up for myself.
But have you tried to galvanize your colleagues, even if it means you need to freaky their accounts like you normally do in your skit, right? Have you tried to galvanize them?
I cannot, because I cannot hold them responsible to that duty. It's not their duty. It's not the duty of entertainers. Some entertainers have just decided that they want to be entertainers, and they are leaving it at that. They are not interested in politics. And in all honesty, if we are being fair, it is not their duty. We cannot start saying all the doctors or all the billionaires or everyone or the plumber, everybody should take up what do we call it, to start campaigning and say, oh, do this, do that.
Let me take a swipe.
Morayo wants to say something about that. Yes.
I want to take a swipe at that, Mr. Macaroni. I would like to take a swipe at that, because we have to wake up and smell the coffee. We have to wake up and smell the coffee. Look around us. The country is in shambles.
Yeah.
Somebody has to take responsibility. And one of the cardinal things we need in this country is wisdom. It's one of the greatest acts of wisdom I saw in this country is when Jonathan refused to contest when he saw to challenge the results.
Yes.
And that's where the older folks come in and we see the wisdom.
Yeah.
Young people today are not applying wisdom with all due respect. We joke about everything, we laugh about everything because we are just having fun. It's yes, Nigeria is bad, let's laugh about it. Even Mr. Macaroni, with all due respect, recently was laughing at the governor of the yes, he goofed by not letting the children bring down the buckets down. But you know that they skit about it. On what basis? Not because they're trying to be mean, but the truth is that we need to go beyond laughing at each other. There is a serious matter at hand. Young people, we are not democratically, politically mature for these jokes that we're laughing around. We must be serious. Everybody get your PVC and let's get angry. Somebody said yesterday, until you get angry enough, you will not make a change. So it's not time to celebrate and be laughing and not be having fun. Demand that everybody gets a PVC.
I mean, you are in.
I like to respond to that.
Okay.
I like to respond to that. It's funny. The joke would be on anyone that thinks that content was a joke. So the joke will now be on you if you think that content that I created was a joke. That was the content to sensitize people to get their PVCs. It was the content to let people know that this election period, the same politicians that have been chopping your money, the same politicians that do not care for your well-being, that do not care for your state, for your life, your education, things that you have been doing all these years, they don't see you. When election don't come, now that time they go come. So the joke will be on anyone who believes that content was content. I have been creating content before now. Yeah. I have been creating content before now to educate people on the goings or on the happenings in our society. Drama for me is to inform, to educate, to entertain. Check all my content. They talk about societal issues, core societal issues. So my content are not for
Macaroni to Soros, okay. Macaroni to Dinu. We will be right after this break.
The major secret I have learned that has made me successful in business is that it's not how much money you make, but how much it works for you and the generations you keep it for. The only way to achieve this is by investment. Real estate is the only type of investment that has stood the test of time, and we guarantee you massive wealth from generation to generation. What are you waiting for? Invest in real estate today. Invest with G-Vest today.
Welcome back. This is Big Talk with Dr. Stephen Akintayo, and we're still discussing the not too young to run bill. And somebody is discussing in my studio, okay?
I actually think women are better politicians. I really do think so. In terms of mobilizing, in terms of just getting things organized, I do think that. Yes, I know of a few organizations that are very active. One of them is even proposing to increase the number of House of Reps. And all those extra seats should be women. Yeah. There is a big belief that if you legislate it, then you can make it happen faster. It has happened in other countries. For something like that, you need a national bill. So it's something at the Federal House of Reps and Senate that will be done. And I know that they are pushing it. I even understand that's gone through first reading, but it is not yet law. And you can imagine there will still be a lot of pushbacks. The fact of the matter is that I believe that women must continue to organize. Women must continue to show the value they bring to the table. They shouldn't just be counted when it comes to woman leader. Women can become more than women leader. You understand? They can take other positions other than just those ones. But the fact of the matter is nobody is going to give it to you. The men are not ready to leave. You know, there is grassroots movement. There are structures. You know, when you ask Macaroni if he'll contest, you'll be surprised. His influence on social media may not cascade down to the grassroots. Do you understand? So there are structures involved. And so no matter how much you think you are liked, if you don't take time to build those structures, if you don't take time to build those things, you just come and on election day, you'll be sorely disappointed. So there is a lot of work women must continue to do in the political space come together, work together, organize themselves, and we'll see more from women.
So now I'll go to Mariah, because you are in a position to do what he just said. You're in a position to be able to contest. People know you, they've watched you for years. You become a face, and you could also organize other women. Why are you not doing that?
I'll answer that in a minute, but I wanted to go back to the conversation we had earlier. You see, people like Fela have been singing about this country. Many artists, musicians, comedians have been cracking jokes about Nigeria, but that's not going to move us forward. I'm going to reiterate what he's saying. It's not about us laughing and being emotional about it, just like Macaroni. Hey, go ahead. That's not going to get us anywhere.
Yeah.
Wake up and smell the coffee that all of us must go to the grassroots. There's a huge layer at the ground that nobody's touching.
Yeah.
And that is those are the real facts. So it's not about getting laughing and cheering on person. That's one. Then for women, for someone like me, because I believe somebody must remain on this side to speak. Because as much as I know there might be opportunities for me to get into politics, and maybe when that time comes, I might consider it. But as of today, we need women on this side of the fence where we are speaking up and reminding Nigerians that, listen, we are here and we want to be numbered and counted. So for now, I choose to stay here. But it doesn't mean that I cannot galvanize. It doesn't mean that we cannot get women to start participating. Absolutely. We're all joining forces together across boards to ensure that women are more participating. But more importantly, I really want Nigerian young people to take charge and ownership of this bill. It's your bill. It's not for you to sit back and hope that one politician will come and encourage you. No. Let us take it seriously and begin to vote, talk to each other, get our PVCs, and know that these elections, you must all show up.
Fantastic. Yeah. We have more to discuss, and of course, when we come back, we'll be listening to you, the audience. We'll be right back after this break.
Oh wow, are you serious?
Yeah, I'm very serious. We visited London, France, Geneva, and finally we went to Eiffel Tower in Paris, the tallest building in the world.
Really? Tallest building in the world? Jasper, what is the tallest building in the world?
The tallest building in the world is the Burj Khalifa, completed in 2009.
Thanks, Jasper.
Is that serious?
Oh, Jasper is the virtual assistant in my house.
You have?
Yes, Gardenia.
Welcome back to Big Talk with Dr. Stephen Akintayo. And this time around, we'll take your questions. So let's start with the first person.
Good day, everyone. My name is Joshua, and this question is for the Honorable. Right, so this Not Young to Wrong bill has been passed, right? But when the people at the helm of affairs are not ready to step down, for example, it's just like telling your child to go and play, and you are locking the door. Each of these top political parties have godfathers, and each of them have their candidates, right? Primary ticket elections, if you look at the prices, you are looking like how to run them, the campaigns. I mean, the cost you even go through. So I remember even the president at the time was saying he has passed the bill, but the young people should still allow him. At the time, I think some years ago. So when you are passing this bill, you are not even really ready to step down. How is that possible? What is the solution?
Okay. The second person, pass the mic to the second person this way.
I'm addressing my question to the Honorable. I want to know, how can the issue of the delay in getting PVCs be curbed? Because we've all been advised, get your PVC, get your... Well, when you get to the local government, and there's so much delay, okay, and there's so much process, you go there, you're there from morning till night, no one is attending to you, and then it's really, really discouraging. So how can this issue be curbed?
Okay. Honorable Adisa has most of the questions.
All the questions.
Battle all, yeah.
All right. Thank you very much. So my brother there asked, it's like telling your kid to go outside and you lock the door. You should look for the window. The fact of the matter is that nobody, anywhere serves power for free. We're talking about power. All right? And I need us to understand this. We come from a mindset whereby we've had military rulers, we've had dictatorships. We've had people we call rulers, not leaders. And so, therefore, we have a mindset that is for them. I don't want to be like them. Newsflash, we have to get in to change it. It's not going to happen any other way. And the fact of the matter is that the system will intentionally be difficult. Because if it's so easy, everybody will come in. But you have to be determined and say, look, I'm going to get involved. I'm going to play my part. So you have to play in the game. You have to be in the ring. You can't be outside the ring and be saying they are not allowing us. They are not allowing us. You are not even there. You need to be there first for them to consider you as a part of the system. The third question, because a lot of them, yes, is delay in getting PVCs. INEC, I'm not speaking for INEC, but INEC, you can register online for your PVC. That's level 1. And then you only go to the INEC office to thumb print. Simple. Only 6 million. INEC is targeting 20 million. Only 6 million. In my local government, we have given computers out and they go around different wards. They go into the villages.
Let me take last comment from Mr. Ibrahim. What's your final comment?
I think my own part is that I had all the questions. Can you hear me? Thank you very much. I think so. What I'm saying is that we can't keep complaining. We can't keep lamenting just because we think we cannot do it. We have to believe in ourselves. As young people, we are just lying to ourselves. Even the young people are telling ourselves we are not that young. Some of these elites that you have seen, they achieve what they achieve in our ages. So it's not about we are even young now. We are even old enough to do whatever we want to do. But we are so scared, and then we always ask questions: how are we going to do this? We crowdfund. That's why we have internet. We are not using the maximum use of the internet that we have. We don't have to have guns. We don't have to go to meetings. For example, look at me. I'm from here in Kaduna. I'm even going for another meeting. I'm in my car, and I'm still enjoying the leverage and what the internet gave us. We are not utilizing it now. She is just telling them how to register. Somebody is asking of where to get even the Google for them to even get the email address, where the website for them to register. This is one of some of the problems. We're supposed to up our games. We are young men. We can do skits. We can do a lot of things that we can do. Let's make best use of this God-given internet that we can do Zoom meetings. We can do a lot of things. We can have a square, for example, in We Together. Every Wednesday, we do General Assembly, like today, 8 p.m. Everybody from all over the life, from China, from US, everybody that is young, we sit, we talk about what we're supposed to do. We chat on what next to do to save ourselves. But my problem is that we have to be a little bit serious. We are not showing the sign that we are serious people. But unless we become serious, then the system will take us serious.
Thank you,
and
Mr.
also
Ibrahim.
allow us to
Thank you
that we
very
want to see.
Thank you. I'll take Mr. Macaroni's last comment. And how can celebrities create a crowdfunding structure for a lot of credible young people are contesting as well? You can add that to your close.
Yes, we all should get involved. Everyone should get their PVC. Personally, I am making that call. I've been doing that. I've started a series doing that with my content, creating content. They are not for jokes. They are for serious enlightenment, letting people know that the power is in their hands. But I will not personally hold anyone accountable by my own standards. I will not do that. Because if the person doesn't want to do it from his or her own art, it's just like you're forcing the person to do it. That's when the person will go and start going doing what you did not send him or her. And that type of person will say, oh, this who we vote for, this who will change your life. When in all honesty, the person was just on his or her own. So this thing is from the heart. It's a duty that we all must come to terms with. We must understand that it's our collective duty to make our environment better, but we will not be doing it because people are forcing us to do it. We will be doing it because we know we all are trying to make Nigeria better. Thank you. Thank you.
Okay. Great. And in making Nigeria better, I want to thank all my guests, Mr. Ibrahim, Mr. Macaroni, and of course, Honorable Adisa and Mrs. Afolabi Brown, Morayo. Thank you for coming. We appreciate it. And you, the audience, thank you for coming. One of the powerful things that changed my life was when I made up my mind that enough of playing the victim. I needed to be the actor. In a football field of 40,000 spectators, only the players are paid. Stop complaining that Nigeria is not moving forward. It's because you are not one of the players. And one of the first steps to become a player in changing this nation for good is to have your PVC. So go register today and get one for yourself. Encourage your friends to get one for themselves. And over time, join a political party and we can take it up from there. 2023 election must not be like before. Insanity is doing the same thing over and over again and expecting a different result. Our youth are 70% of our population. We can change this nation. Well, over 210 million people, enough for 15 million deciding who is the president, and less than 10 million deciding the governor, and so on and so forth. This election, 2023, more than 50 million people will come out and will vote the right candidate. Love you all, and thank you for listening. Appreciate it.
Big Talk with DSA, building a new Nigeria.